crisis that you're talking about now? Is it, or do we just have a health crisis that's affecting infertility? That's affecting fertility?
Have you had clients come to you to ask for help on something like that? Think about all the people who are having kids now. They still are carrying loads of college debt. They were sold the American dream in a way that maybe isn't as accessible to them right now. They're working a shitty job. They're both working. They have a couple kids. Now they got to put the kids in daycare. Their life becomes a job. It becomes a chore.
Yes.
Better way to say it. And that, when that happens, then what's the best escape you get? Scrolling away on social media.
Exactly.
And they grow apart. It's the same, it all happens in different ways uniquely with relationships, but the core can be the same type of story in many cases.
I've seen what divorce does to people.
Oh, it's horrible.
It doesn't just like bankrupt them. Like it plays on their emotions,
Yes.
and then you can end up in a chronically depressed state, and then that leads to, different disease states.
Yeah, you live in limbo when that happens. Like my friends who have gotten divorced, they're all older than me, so they've seen a lot more. But talking with them when it's going down, it's like I would not handle that well.
Apparently, by 35, you've statistically dodged your first divorce. If you're still single.
Oh man, Alessa, you're fucked, bro. Sorry. This kid over here, he's like 24. But, I think sometimes when you look at society and the different trends that happen, you're kind of saying this as we're having this conversation. We are having health problems that impact these results, and then the impacts of these results are causing health problems. Mm-hmm. It's a vicious cycle that occurs.
Yeah. It's just like Alzheimer's disease, because in order to ameliorate these plaques, we have to be getting into deep sleep. But once these plaques occurs, it actually messes with sleep. So it's this vicious cycle. But it's just, the way I like to think about it, we've got something in neuroscience called cognitive reserve. You want to build up as much reserve as you can in your brain and body. This is why building as much muscle and strength as you can in your younger years can help you, because you do start to get a huge decline in it as you get older per decade. But if you've got a lot of it, the decline will, be slow. Build up as much reserve as you can, so when you are faced with an issue, you're able to handle it. It's just like having savings in a bank, I guess.
Yes.
I'm not a financial guru, but it's just like if I have 100K at the bank or I have zero, and we're both walking along in life and then something hits us, like something detrimental, at least you've got 100K there just to, throw at it. But what if you're at zero? Then you need to go into the minuses, and that's when it's going to start to cause disruption and pain. This is why being really healthy and happy can help you be a better wife, husband, mother, father, which can help have a happier marriage. It's just everything affects everything.
Yeah, and we're on this topic of like relationships and marriage right now, but in a similar light, there's also statistical changes in like when people are having kids, and also some difficulties in having kids. We have like an infertility crisis going on. But I think like why do you say do we?
I think unexplained infertility is just a cop-out.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because you're seeing all these, women saying, I've got unexplained infertility. Then they just go on a holiday and then they fall pregnant. It's like, but, and I've spoken, by the way, with multiple fertility specialists on my podcast. And it's not that it's unexplained. It's that this is what I'm seeing. There is an education issue there. A lot of women just are not educated in when to conceive. You can conceive only 5 days out of the month, right? You can where was that information?
Yeah, I must have, that one went right past me.
Yeah, during high school. So like you don't. I wasn't sexually active in high school though. I just wanted to point that out. I feel like my mum might watch this one day.
Okay.
So that's the first. The boys are like looking at me like really. Okay. So that's the first thing. 5 days out of the month. But then the second thing is you have to be healthy to conceive. So what is do you have metabolic dysfunction? Do you have type 2 diabetes? Are you obese? And all of these are summing up in the infertility crisis that you're talking about now? Is it, or do we just have a health crisis that's affecting fertility?
Have you had clients come to you that ask for help on something like that?
Yeah, I actually have a couple.
Really?
Oh, they are so high performing. They work in the same hedge fund, and they've decided, and I think between them they're bringing in around $12 million a year.
That'll do it.
Right?
Tell them to send me money.
That's the least of what a lot of my clients are bringing in. But when I say high performing, they have the most incredible penthouse apartment here in the city. They decided we don't want kids. So he's 47, she's 43, right? They just want to be as healthy as possible. They've got other things going. I was like, that's great, whatever. I optimized them that much. 47, 43, she accidentally fell pregnant.
Was she happy about it? Or?
Well, yeah, she ended up having twins. Okay, their twins are a year now. I think they're actually like 14 months. But she said to me, I remember, she's like, how did this happen? I said, well, obviously they engaged in intercourse. And she goes, but the second part of it is, she goes, but Louisa, I'm 43. And I said, because I've optimized you that much, because conception involves egg and sperm. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
No, people don't understand that. It's 50-50. A female can have everything right. But if your sperm, which is what you should be saying, we have a chronically deficient semen quality issue, right? If your swimmers are not strong, they're not going to be able to get to the egg. So if I've optimized them both, of course you're going to fall pregnant. If a woman is still getting her period, she can fall pregnant.
Yeah, and what makes the swimmers not strong? Like, what are the most common culprits?
Actually, he came to me with a testosterone level of 120, which its deficiency is classified as 300 nanograms per deciliter or less. He was like at 120. Now he's at like, I think he's at 1,000 or like 980 maybe.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just, you've got to look at semen quality as well. Lack of exercise, sleep deprivation, drugs, all of these things, alcohol affects the quality of testosterone and your semen quality. But what's upsetting me is that so many women take on the burden of feeling like it's them. I have a problem. It's me. I can't conceive. It's my problem. It's like, no, it's not. It may not be.
Yeah,
just
it might be from the other side.
It might be from the other side.
Yeah.
Or it might be the fact that you're just having sex at the wrong time. Or it's just...
Yeah. How often should like a male get his testosterone checked?
You can do it twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And does it the optimal level, does it change by age?
Of course,
that you want? Yeah.
Yeah, it changes by age. You're going to get a natural decrease as you get older.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.